live like that. You don't need to prove anything to anyone by drinking what tastes like hot liquid dirt. Throw in some milk, sugar, maybe even a little cream. It's not a sign of weakness. You're not climbing a mountain at dawn with nothing but caffeine and grit to survive on. Coffee can taste good, you know. It's okay to be soft sometimes. You can still be a functional adult without feeling like you're swallowing sadness every morning.
I'd like a single plum floating in perfume served in a man's hat.
The Morning Stream. We're not toys, we're action figures.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to TMS. It's the Morning Stream, and today is November 18th, 2024. I'm Scott Johnson with Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
Good morning, brand new week.
I'm not even going to talk about how fast November's going. I'm not going to do it.
It's hard not to, though, right? I mean, already past the middle point, headlong into Thanksgiving, which is the start of the whole holiday shenanigans, mayhem.
Yeah, what are we, like a week and a half from that or something?
Week and a half, yeah. It's like a week from Thursday is Thanksgiving. I don't know. I've even put up the Thanksgiving tree.
Are you doing any kind of Friendsgiving this year? Do you ever do those?
No, we're doing the family giving. We're having everybody over to our house. So my mom, Tina's mom, of course, Tristan and Kay, Aunt Barb, Uncle George, and I think niece Rainey.
Nice.
Maybe Maddie and Jared, the couple that I married, my niece that I married earlier this year.
Yeah. Are you doing? What are you making? Are you in charge of anything important? Like
probably not.
Yeah.
No, I'm in charge of 3D printing turkey decorations or something. I'm sure.
Nice.
Nice. I'm in charge of staying out of the kitchen. That probably something. I don't know what I don't know what Tina will put me in charge of, but it'll be something that if it fails, won't be missed.
Gotcha. Now that's good. That's safe. I like that.
Yeah, green bean casserole or something. I don't know.
When I was young, when I was growing up, my mom did this thing where in front of everybody's placement of, plates and forks and knives and all that, she would have a little collapsible paper cup, like a kind you'd see in a movie about people in a mental ward taking their meds.
Oh, sure. I was thinking like, you get sometimes if you go to a fancy restaurant and they've got a mouthwash.
Oh, right. See, those are nice because they're not, as far as I know, they're not paper or throwaway. Maybe they are. I don't know. But
oh, yeah, those are paper.
Are they? Okay, so it's probably a lot like that, but they were like shorter and kind of like almost corrugated in a little shape. And she would put them out in front of everybody, and then there would be an assortment of nuts, some M&Ms, and a little toothpick with like a turkey flag on it. Every year we had that.
Really? Like a little amuse-bouche of nuts.
Yeah, nuts and M&Ms.
A trails mix amuse-bouche.
Yeah,
amuse-bouche.
and it was almost always peanuts, cashews, M&Ms, and then maybe a walnut or something, which may be the source of why I don't like walnuts, because they were always in there and I didn't like them.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's a Thanksgiving thing.
Have you... So, slightly smaller than those are those little paper cups you get at restaurants, fast food restaurants that you squirt your ketchup into, like Freddy's has them and other places. Have you ever seen the mind-blowing video of what you're supposed to do with those?
No, aren't you supposed to just squirt ketchup in it and walk away?
You squirt ketchup in it, but if you want a wider experience, you unroll the top and the whole thing opens like a little origami miniature plate.
Yeah, I know. I assume. So you're supposed to do that and then pour it on there as a plate?
No. You'll squirt the ketchup in there, take it back to your table, and then unroll it and widen it so you can get. So instead of having all that ketchup that's stuck in the corners you can't get to, you've got like a way to get access to all that stuff.
I'd never even heard of that. That's crazy.
No. They apparently it's made to unroll and kind of open like a little paper plate.
All right. Well, some of those places have plastic, but the ones that have the paper, I'm gonna try that next time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, try it.
Pretty sure so we went to Freddy's yesterday. It was just the drive up, but I think they have the paper ones. So maybe I'll go in there next time.
I think so. Yeah. Five Guys for sure, because you get that every fry they have goes in your bag.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they've got to give
Every fry you've ever had, and every ounce of oil those fries were cooked in, all in the bag. Nice oily bag. Mm-hmm.
Yes, right. The Chinese food takeout containers do the same thing. Those ones that all fold up that you can just break the glue on the two sides if it's glued, if it's not folded, and it just opens up again into a plate. So that if you go and get Chinese food and don't have a plate, you just eat it right off of the thing.
I have never done that.
Yeah.
I'm doing that next time we get one of those.
Who finishes one of those in one sitting, though, is the thing.
Well,
right?
that's true. I guess if you have a group and you're all sharing or something, that makes sense.
Yeah,
but
then you open those up and makes it a little
I've never
easier.
done that, though. We've always just treated them like self-contained containers, and they were never meant to go anywhere but down and out. You know
right,
what I mean?
Right, exactly.
All right. I've changed my whole perspective on everything.
You dump the rice into the thing and then move on. That's what you do.
That's exactly right. Brian, tell me about, speaking of rice. I assume there was rice. I don't actually know. But tell us about
there
Mystery
was
Date.
rice. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had Mystery Date Friday night. It was my turn to pick for Tina, and I took her to, it was a two-parter. First part was taking her to something here in Denver called Bubble Planet. And this is something that has moved into the same spot that had the immersive Da Vinci, an immersive Disney. There you go. Yep, you've got a link. And we went at exactly the right time because we had the run of this place pretty much to ourselves.
Jeez.
There was one other couple with a couple small kids that we ran into in one of the rooms, but the rest of this area was pretty much all ours. Most specifically, this giant bubble ball pit. And I sent you a video.
Okay.
I sent you a video and a couple photos. If you want to share those.
Yep.
The ball pit, and you saw a little bit of it. It's got that inflated, like, dude looks like he's sitting in a bathtub, or alien sitting in a bathtub.
Yeah.
That thing, that we had that whole thing to ourselves, and that was absolutely amazing.
Can't get it to play for some reason. Hold on.
Oh,
Let's
really?
see.
Bummer.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I'll pull it up this way.
Cool.
So this is Brian.
Yep. This is.
Hold on.
Oops.
Pain in the ass.
Okay.
Let me pull it up so you can see the whole thing. There we go, everybody.
There you go, because it's in slow mo, Scott.
Yeah, I like slow-mo. So look at this ball pit.
Oh, bam.
Oh. Did you go all the way to the bottom and hit your coccyx, or did you avoid?
I did not, because I don't know how often they clean that thing. So I don't want any part of my face near the floor of that ball pit.
Sure. Yeah, I could see why you wouldn't want that. Let's see. So this room where there's all these hanging ones, let me pull that one up for everybody. Yeah,
that is a room where for $5 extra you can put that is mirrored floor, mirrored ceiling, mirrored walls, and then these hanging lights that all change color and create kind of movement throughout the whole thing.
Oh my gosh, it's
and
make it dizzy in there, isn't it? Like, woo.
It totally does. I mean, you have to kind of look at the floor and see where the path is to walk, but it is it was so cool. It was
that's rad.
Really, really a cool kind of feeling.
Let's see, we got one.
They have another room where you pay $5 to put on a meta quest.
Oh, yeah?
and sit in a hanging chair and experience like going through the ocean and stuff. And I said, we have Quest at home.
Yeah.
We don't need this.
You don't need to go over there to get it. Here's a nice.
Oh yeah, that's another video.
I don't know why it's taken. There we go. Wait, wrong one. Here we go.
Wrong one. There we go.
So there she is, swinging
I
on.
need to edit that down.
Swinging on a cloud. Oh, it's adorable. I like it. This looks like fun. And there's, I was noticing on the website, they got like a whole, like a map of where you go, and it's like a linear experience or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. There's one room that's just mirrors and a lit up floor. The Bubble Ocean. Oh no, the LED room is that. Then Bubble Ocean are giant pink balloons that you kick around, and they're super light, and you can, basically, it's like being in a ball pit, but the balls are massive, and you really just walk on the floor.
Tell me about the sketch and post business. Do you actually draw in there? This second to last one?
Let's see. Sketch and post. Oh, no, they're just folding tables with coloring pages.
Really?
Here's this going pew, right by that.
Oh yeah, that's not as cool as I was hoping it would.
Yeah, no, sketch and post seems like it would be a lot more fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Sounds like it, but I guess not.
So,
I love that there's an interactive shop at the end because there's always a shop at the end.
Yeah, interactive shop. Aren't shops all interactive? What a dumb adjective to put up before the word shop.
I picked this up and paid for it interactively.
Exactly. We have a non-interactive shop. You pay before you go in there, and we will just. I don't even know because anything you do is interaction.
They have to strap you down, and they'd have to come take the wallet out of your pants. You can't move.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not a fun experience. Interesting.
Yeah, Wes, not too pricey. I think it was $20 for each of us. And there might be Groupons now because I got these fairly early on, but I think we're getting to the waning days of Bubble Planet. So so look online. Maybe Groupon might have some deals.
So this is a temporary installation. That's what it sounds like.
Temporary installation. This place is it's in a place called the Assembly right off the highway. And it's kind of like Area 15 in Vegas. Well, yeah, Area 15 in Vegas, where there's some things that in Area 15 you've got some permanent things, but then you've got spaces where things come and go. And that bathtub full of rubber duckies
in here.
Yeah. So that example of the girl sitting there pretty much nails it. Those things, they're rubber, they're matte rubber duckies, so you can't really like slide underneath them and like really plunge yourself into the.
They just kind of mush down, I guess. Yeah.
They just kind of mush down, and you just kind of sit on top of all of them, and then throw some rubber duckies on your lap to make it look like you're somewhat submerged, like that girl is.
Weird.
But what's great about that is when you sit down in there, and I wish I should have got video of this. When you sit down in there, they're all squeaking rubber duckies, so they all go like a whole bathtub full of them all going all at the same time.
You just made it better. I like that.
Yeah, that part actually was pretty funny. I don't know why I didn't record that. So after Bubble Planet, we went to a restaurant that has just opened across the street from it called Capri Seafood Bar. And I looked a little bit online, looked really good. They're brand new, so no Yelp reviews or OpenTable or anything like that. But the food looked great. Like it's all coastal Mexican food with that's very octopus forward for some strange reason. Like their Iron Chef's signature ingredient is octopus.
Yeah, they have photos in here. So if you go to their website, which is capriseafood.com, simple name.
Okay.
So much freaking seafood, but in general, there's more photos of
yeah, I don't
octopus.
think that's the right site.
Isn't this these guys, or is this somebody else?
No, that's somebody else.
Oh, they have the same name.
Yeah, it's not.
Let's see. Where did we see this? We saw this.
Oh, it's right. It should be that one. Is it not the? Is it not that Capri Seafood Bar? Is that the one you just clicked?
I clicked this one, and it goes to.
Click it again, because it looked like it.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. That's the one.
Okay, that was weird. There, look at
that. Randy had several issues with that, which I don't blame him. Like the arugula, the bed of arugula all over the place, but the goo of melted cheddar cheese. First off, I have never heard of having melted cheddar cheese and octopus together.
Weird combo. Yeah.
It does feel like a weird combo. Like melted cheddar cheese and seafood, you don't think of as being connected unless it's like a even like a seafood ravioli, you wouldn't do melted cheddar on it.
No. I mean, it seemed like his biggest beef is he doesn't like cucumbers at all, is what it seemed like.
And boy, this thing had cucumbers all over the damn place.
Yeah, that's no good. But I think, I mean, even then, this looks like something I'd want to try. I'd want to see how it is.
So I had, and I think there is a photo of in the menu, I had a big seafood, and if not, I can send you another photo of that, but it's in our FilmSec Discord if you want it. Yeah. But I had a bowl of seafood soup, which had mussels, clams, shrimp.
I thought I saw it in here, didn't I?
I think that might be...
This right here, no?
That's the shrimp soup.
It's the tacos. Bands doing band. Ooh, look at that thing.
I know. Look at that.
Woohoo! Sorry, audio listeners, but
grilled
it's
octopus.
beautiful food. Like this Mexican sushi business.
The sushi array. Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, there it is. There it is. If you scroll back up on the right side was the seafood soup. A little bit more. Scroll up.
This one
There
up
it
there?
is.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Nom,
That's
nom,
the
nom.
seafood soup.
I would eat that.
Langostinos, clams, mussels, tilapia. That was so good.
Yeah, I would eat that business, no problem.
Yeah, I ate it, but it took 2 days to eat it. I ate some of it on Friday, and then the rest of it on Saturday. Reheated beautifully.
I was going to ask how it held up. It sounds like it did all right.
Yep, held up really well. Yeah, that's actually that was my bowl of it.
Yep.
So not quite as red as their example, but it was. God, it was a really good garlicky tomato broth. Oh, so good.
It sounds great. I didn't realize there was so much coastal influence on some parts of Mexican food, like some areas or regions.
Yeah.
I had no idea. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know what the if it's western coast Mexico or eastern coast, like the Baja Peninsula, or over on the Riviera side of things. I don't know, but that place was just awesome, and had a great mystery date. We both had a really good time, and then we came home and we watched Blue Steel.
There you go. What a way to end things.
What a night!
Yeah.
What a night!
Yeah. What a capper you had there with Blue Steel. All right. Well, awesome. I want to go there. If I'm in Denver, I'm eating there. That's what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get Dunaway in here and make that happen.
All right, sounds good. Did you not want to do these other top topics?
I'll save
we
them.
can do them at the end.
Yeah,
We'll do
I'll
at the
save
end or
him
something. Yeah.
just because of the time.
Yeah.
All right, we'll bring him in. Let's see what we got here. We got stuff. We got Brian. In fact, one of these I'll do while he's here because I want him to hear it.
Oh yeah, good.
Okay, so he's ringing. We got the rings of ringage. Is he in the game? Yes, he is. So that means he's coming. I just know it. I can feel it.
He will be here. He will be here.
Look at him flashing like that. Oh, there he is. It's your old pal Brian Dunaway joining us for the Monday Half-Asses. Hi, Brian. How are you?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. How's it going?
Good, man.
Hello, Brian.
Good, man.
Oh,
We just got done talking about all that food again that we couldn't stop talking about on Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
And
Am I
this
Bram,
time
so-
we didn't have Randy poo-pooing the cucumber.
Yeah, he had. I don't know what
I'm gonna support Randy here. He
No.
did say at the end. He said, "It's not that I hate cucumbers. I actually like them. I have them 6 times a day." I think is what he said. But I think he was offended by the photographing of the cucumbers, possibly. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think cucumbers are great, but also with cheese and and octopus feet.
Cheese and octopus, just
I don't know.
that I'm not sure I would.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
But hey, I got a thing I
The only
want to.
time I like cheese is on my shrimp and grits. That's about to the extent of it.
There
Okay.
you go, and that would be cheddar. So
Yeah.
there's your seafood and cheddar cheese combo right there.
Yeah, you can get away with it with that. So maybe
No
we're.
cucumbers, though.
Yeah.
For God's sakes.
I don't think Country Buffet or Country Kitchen or whatever, Cracker Barrel has even heard of a cucumber.
No.
Or any vegetable.
No. But they have heard of a lot of old DVDs in a giant barrel that you
Yes,
get to
they
pick
have.
out
They've
of.
heard of the Facts of Life.
Yeah, they've heard
the
of
Jeff
that.
Foxworthy show.
Yep.
Yeah,
They know all about
it's
that.
all in there.
Real quick before we get to the game, I just want to make this note. Blue Sky, which is like a Twitter alternative, and it seems to be gaining huge traction lately. It's currently #1 in all of the app stores. I quite like it. I like the features of it, and I also like the community a little better there. It's less engaging and weird, like Threads, and certainly, I mean, X is dead to me. It's a piece of shit. So we set up a thing. Tanner and I did this working together on this, but basically we set up a page where you can submit your Blue Sky URL or your username, and it will be added to these Frog Pants starter packs. Basically what they are, so people know how these work. And we're not the only ones doing this. Like if there's one with a bunch of authors you might want to follow, or there might be a bunch of artists that you would like to follow. There are even giant block lists of people who are terrible if you want to block them all at once. But basically the way these work is they bring up this grouping and you can just follow everybody all at once. Now you want to get it. You want to get it from a trusted source, right? Don't just go out and get these from randos. But ours is trusted. These are all people from our Discord and people who've voluntarily given us their info. So go to frogpants.com/bluesky. That's frogpants.com/bluesky. And in there is a way to register your URL, or if you already have, there's a link there to the current list as it's currently constituted. You can only do 150 of these each. We're easily going to surpass that, so I'll post the second one when it's ready. But if you want to easily just go, where are all the tadpoolers at over here? Instead of having to go search for everybody individually or somehow track them all down, it's this one thing, and you just hit the thing up top, and everyone gets followed, and you're done.
Yeah, that's what's going on there.
It's a really cool feature.
Threads.
Yeah. Threads
Yeah,
Threads is quickly losing favor with me. They're annoying me over there. So anyway, if you want to use it, do it. Frogpants.com/bluesky. I see Dunaway's face.
You want to use it, do it. That's
right.
their motto, isn't it? Yeah.
I think it is. And in the list that it makes, when it does like a little heading with some sample faces, I think Dunaway is one of the little faces in there. So is Brian.
Yeah, I noticed that. I haven't had much traction on Blue Sky for the last couple of years. It's been kind of popping in from time to time. But yeah, I noticed last week or so, it's really exploded. Blew up.
They're having like a moment of
Yeah.
huge influx of people. They're doing something like 1 million or more a day or something. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If people get added to the Blue Sky Starter Pack now, the Frog Pants Pack now, they don't automatically get to those people who've already added everybody. They won't automatically get added there too, right? It's only
They're on the list, but if you already approved the list and said add all these people, they won't. But if you go back to that same link.
Oh, yeah, there we go. And it'll add people who've been recently added.
Exactly. So I have this where it says follow all. I hit that, and now anyone who's joined lately
That's cool.
gets added. So you can see Kevin in there, Joey Image is in there,
Joey.
whole bunch of people we know and love are all in here.
Nice.
So Rooster Booster, whoever that is.
Oh, Rooster Booster. I know Rooster Booster.
Booster.
One of you guys is making porn, and I didn't know
You're
that.
welcome.
So I went and did the big follow, and then somebody pinged me and said, I think you're following somebody who does like porn. And I went, oh.
You went like, cool.
Who
And
does it like acts in it, or just
is just
as
I think
an
they're
aficionado?
I think they're in it. I think it's them. I don't know actually, but I've seen the name in our chat room a bunch. So I don't want to I don't want to say the name because I don't want to out them or anything. But anyway, their profile.
Wow, getting
is,
called out there. Don't be looking at who I'm following. Jeez. Yeah.
I
Guess
know,
I'll be
right?
looking to see photos later on and say,
yeah.
okay, there we go. That's probably the one.
Yeah. And if you're like, well, I'm on Blue Sky and I don't want to go to your link, how do I find it there? I have it pinned to my profile at thescottjohnson.com I tied it to a domain, so that's my username on Blue Sky.
Oh, nice. Cool.
It's basically their way of verifying. Works pretty well.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's get to the game. Brian, explain how this works, what people can win, and why Brian Dunaway might lose today. Let's do it.
For those of you just joining us, welcome to the Morning Half-Asses, a trivia game where I'm actually going to be giving Scott and Brian the answers. I'm going to give them a category and 6 possible answers, 3 of which are correct, and 3, like accidentally doing porn, are incorrect. Depending on how confident they feel with the category, they can provide 1, 2, or 3 guesses. But if any of those guesses are wrong, get 0 points for that round. Get 1 right gets you a point, 2 right gets you 3 points, and 3 right gets you 5 points because of math. The player with the most points after 3 rounds wins the prize for their contestant, and I've pulled a couple contestants from members of the Tadpool that aren't able to be here live. Scott, you're playing for Chris Thornton in Bardstown, Kentucky.
Nice.
Bardstown.
I love playing for Kentucky. Let's do it.
That's where all the bards live.
Yeah.
Brian, you're playing for Trey Jenkins in Memphis, Tennessee.
Ooh, Memphis. Yeah, baby.
That's where all the bards go to perform.
Yeah.
They live in Bardstown, Kentucky, and then they just hop across the river and perform in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah. Look at us representing for the slightly
middle.
Midwest, mostly
That's right.
mostly
Look at
South.
look at us.
That's great.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it here. Starting with question number 1. Let's start off easy. I love it. Brian's going to react to that. Dunaway is.
Every time. Yeah, gee. It's going to be easy, huh, But fine.
No, this one will be really easy. All right, characters on The Big Bang Theory. You
Oh,
guys have
I
seen
hate
at least
that show.
one
Let's go.
episode.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was into
But
it
you'd
for a
probably
while.
be able to recognize character names. We've got Raj Kuthrapali, Amy Farrah Fowler, Howard Wolowitz, Dr. Mary Albright, Dr. Dick Solomon, and Nina.
I think I know the 3.
I know
You
all
guys
3 of
are
them.
both-
And I
you
know
guys are
where
both-
2 of the other are from.
Well, you've all lucked in, and yeah, you guys know exactly.
Third Rock.
Exactly. All 3 of the other 3, by the way, came from Third Rock. So Nina, Dr. Dick Solomon, Dr. Mary Albright all
Nice.
came from Third rock from the sun. There is no fooling you guys.
No.
That was actually an easy one. You actually
I really,
you delivered on what you were selling.
I
I don't know what
delivered
to
on my
think today.
promise.
Yeah, but it's also
Exactly.
making me nervous about what's next.
Yeah, me too.
let's
Me
Yeah,
see.
you should be. You should be.
Yeah.
Let's go to question number 2, just as easy. Roman battles that did not take place in Europe. Which of these? Come on, piece of cake. Like, who doesn't know these? Which of these Roman battles did not take place in Europe? You've got Zama, Teutoburger World, Kerry, Pharsalus, Masada, and Cannae.
the
I did look up pronunciations of a couple of these.
What is?
Kerry,
Farce.
Tell me the second one again with the wold
Yeah,
thing.
you had the burger.
Teutoburger. Oh, I said world, didn't I? Teutoburger World.
Teutoburger Wald.
Teutoburger World.
What a weird ass thing that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
The fight took place in Teutoburg.
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 Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna doing 2. I'm not comfortable.
I'm doing 2 as well.
Yeah, I'm not
All
confident.
right. Oh, look at this. For once, gosh, in the last, so far this game and then all of last week, you guys chose different ones. So thank goodness for that. So you've got Scott, you went with Zama and Masada.
Mhm.
Brian, you went with
Zama and Masada.
you went with Teutoburger Wald and Cannae. Scott gets the points on this one. Both of those
wow.
are
Scott,
outside
lucky
of Europe.
guess, or did you know him?
I did not. I went with those do not sound European at all to me. Masada
Well,
and
you're
Zama.
absolutely right. Yeah.
Good job.
Zama is in Tunisia, Masada is in Israel. The other one is Kerry, and it's in Turkey.
So where's this Teto Burger World place?
In Germany.
Germany.
It's in Germany.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course, it's German. Duh.
Pharsalus is in Greece, which sounds Greek, and Cannae is in Italy, although there is a Scottish word, Cannae, Cannae.
Right.
So that might have thrown you off if you're familiar with that. But it didn't. It
Yeah,
didn't.
no, it didn't. Listen, Zama and Masada, I'm going there for dinner on Friday, so I'm really looking forward to the mix of Mediterranean Mexican fusion. Really good stuff. So check it out. All right.
There you go. All right, let's get question number 3.
Yeah.
California prisons. What are your favorite
I like
California prisons? Here are your choices: Sing Sing, Attica, Litchfield, Pelican Bay, San Quentin, and Folsom. 3 of those are in California. 3 of those are not.
These are all real prisons.
Yeah.
I think that's
Bobby, when I
near
looked it up online, I could have sworn it was Teutoburg.
Teutoburg.
But,
Jawohl.
Teutoburg. But
Teutoburg.
the person, the YouTube guy, we are talking about the Roman battle that did not take place in Europe.
I love him. He is my favorite thing on the internet.
Mine too.
He's great.
Mine too.
All right. I've chosen 2 because I am ill prepared for this one. What say
That one,
you?
I think, wasn't that the old name of it, Pelican Bay? Okay, anyway, go ahead.
All right. Okay. I don't know if it was. All right. You guys both settled on 2. You guys both settled on San Quentin. Yeah. If I remember correctly,
Makes sense.
San Quentin is in San Francisco. When you take the ferry that goes under the Golden Gate Bridge, you go by San Quentin. You also, Alcatraz is also out there as well.
Yeah.
But of course, that would be a little too obvious for this one. But the other 2, Scott, you chose Litchfield. Brian, you chose Folsom. Scott is thinking too much about Orange is the New Black because Litchfield is the fictional prison in Orange is the New Black.
Shit.
Oh, no, we
Folsom is
tied.
in California, so you guys did tie. Yes.
And it was set in
Pelican Bay was the one I wasn't sure about.
Litchfield was set in California, though, right? That's
set in New York.
Oh, was it?
Pelican
Okay.
Bay still
I don't even.
called
Sing
Pelican
Sing, Sing Sing, Attica, and Litchfield are all in New York, or fictionally for Litchfield in New York.
Okay.
And then Pelican Bay is in California.
Okay. Damn it. I
That's why I
kind of.
wasn't sure about Pelican Bay. I
Pelican
thought
Bay
it was renamed.
sounded like the fake one to me, but I think I did watch too much Orange is the New Black.
Oh, Nadamaton says Coverville says it's not fictional. It's in Danbury, Connecticut.
Oh.
The card says Moops. The card
Oops,
says
doesn't matter. Still
the
not
card
in
says
San Francisco either way.
Litchfield,
California.
New York, fictional from Orange is the New Black. Is
Yeah.
there a prison in Litchfield, Connecticut, or is there just a town of Litchfield?
Oh,
Connecticut?
yeah. Good point. Counterpoint, Brian. All right, let's see what you got there.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that does mean we're in a tiebreaker situation. So I reach over for the tiebreaker cards.
How are we 8-8? What the hell?
I know.
One of us should be murdered by now. This is ridiculous.
It's because of that easy, dumb Big Bang Theory question that I threw in there to lull you into a false sense of security.
It worked.
Litchfield is the county, Danbury is the town. Right, but is there a prison there is the question.
Is there a Litchfield County prison is the question.
Yeah.
Can I go?
And while Chuck is looking that up, let's give you your over under question here.
Right.
And let's have Scott, I think you drew first blood, so I will let you choose whether you give the answer or the over-under.
I will do the over-under. I'll let Brian do the answer.
All right, so Brian, on average, how many shark attacks occur worldwide every year?
All of them.
All of them. You're right.
Can't argue with
That's
that.
actually true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Ding!
But I think he's looking for a
so
number.
how many shark attacks happen worldwide?
Right.
Just
Worldwide every year. On average, how many shark
on
attacks?
average.
Yes.
Okay. On average, shark attacks only, not in resulting in death.
No.
Any
whether or
coast,
not.
doesn't matter where.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say,
or even in a lake. Or
like
pond.
sharks. What about land sharks? Land sharks,
Sure, land sharks count. Yeah.
Yeah.
Candy grams count.
right? I'm gonna say 250.
Ooh, all right. 250 is incorrect. Scott, is the actual answer higher or lower than 250?
So I have a very specific bias in this question because it's one of those things where I rip on the media because whenever they report one, they act like they're happening every 5 seconds and everyone's dying from shark attacks, but really the numbers say it's way low.
Mhm.
So I'm tempted to say lower than that because I don't know, people make such a bunch of hay about nothing with these.
Hey.
I mean, the people that are getting eaten, I get it. It sucks, but it's just not the
People
rampant
getting
problem.
eaten, that really sucks for you, dude.
It sucks they got eaten, but
I'm gonna say lower. I think lower than 250. I think that's too much.
All right. The actual answer is 74. Yes, much lower than 250, and only about 16% of shark attacks are fatal. So
Yeah, it's like it's this thing when the news is light and news is like tonight at 10 shark attacks
I
are
think
up.
it's way higher. People just don't report it. Because, I mean, I remember one
you
summer
think so?
just in South Carolina, just off Myrtle Beach, I remember hearing like 4 or 5 attacks. And that was just one summer. And I'm like,
And you know why? Because you were getting
That's just one little
lied
area.
to is what you were getting. You were getting lied to. So here's what happens. They
you
say
were saying that people were saying there were shark attacks that weren't happening. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that they would, if you say the phrase shark attacks are up on the western coast, what that actually might mean is that there was one and that's up
East
from
Coast, East
0.
Coast.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I mean, they were reporting on them as they were happening. It was like, oh, here's another shark attack.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they were saying along the East Coast or nothing.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, sure, you're gonna have bursts, you're gonna have fits and bursts, like anything, right? Your stats
Right.
are gonna, but your overall averages are always gonna stay low. So the idea, what I'm
But
saying
if,
is, you heard about the 5 in your local sort of Myrtle Beachy stuff, right? So you hear about those and you go, well, this must mean these are the sharks of they're communicating, they're organized.
Okay, well, now, imagine this. Imagine this. How many people get into the water every single day along each coast of, and it's the U.S., just the U.S. And then imagine it all across the world.
Yeah.
That is a very high probability of encounters
No,
with sharks.
no, it's not. It isn't actually.
just because they're
It
in the
is.
water
No.
doesn't mean
Every
it's
day, 365 days a year.
Yeah. But there aren't that many.
Every
There aren't
coast.
sharks that come. Most sharks don't get that close to the coast or even mess with us at all. It's so rare. It's like rarer than. Think about that. There's 9 or 8 billion people in the world, and there's only 76 shark attacks.
And every well, I mean,
that's
when I
not
think of attack, it's just like you brushed my leg attack.
Well, I've never even had that
Licked me.
happen. So
That shark licked me.
That-
He didn't eat me. He
Yeah.
just tasted me.
yeah, I think I don't know. I think it's 76 for a reason, And Dunaway thinks it's way higher. So there you go.
If the shark eats somebody and there's no friends there to see it, does it make the news?
Wait, is that right, Serenex? Serenex says statistically you're more likely to die from being struck by a falling coconut than by a shark. Is that true?
I think that's correct, yeah.
I don't see how that would be correct. I mean, how many coconuts around where I live at? I can't imagine there being coconuts on that many coasts.
Well, that's the point. Coconuts
with people.
No, I know, but that's the point. Is that will happen more often than the shark will come get you, despite how many people are in the water.
And you're believing because someone put in the chat room. No. And you're talking to me, and you're talking to me about listening to the news.
It is a good point. I don't have a source on this. My source is Serenex, so that's a good point. But yeah.
So anyway, congratulations, going to Chris Thornton in Bardstown, Kentucky. You're getting a copy of, to my knowledge, No Sharks in SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake. There might be some in Lost Eidolons, but who knows?
But they got coconuts in there.
Yeah,
I'm sure they do. Yeah, there you go. So watch out for the coconuts. Trey Jenkins, you're not going away empty-handed because you're not here. But you're also going to get something in your email. Astria Six-Sided Oracles is the game you're getting, courtesy. All these courtesy of Wesley, very generously donates to our prize catalog.
He sure does. That name comes up a lot, and that's because he is so generous with these games. Huge thanks to him.
So generous. Yes.
He's a good dude. So is Brian Dunaway, it turns out. And despite his fear of sharks, he is going to be all around the place doing cool stuff all the time. Dunaway, is there anything you'd like to mention today? I mean, we'll talk, Wednesday more about Play Retro this week, but anything else going on in your life you'd like to tell people about?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to play Vector Man tonight. Speaking of Play Retro, I'm going to play it tonight between 6 and 9 p.m. Yeah, it's our counter argument to Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, it's Sega's answer to that, kind of.
Yeah.
Even though it seems like it isn't, it was. At the time, it was them going, oh, yeah, well, look what we got. We got vectors.
Oh, we can do pre-rendered sprites, too. Come on.
Check it out. We're pretty awesome. Anyway, it's actually a really good game, and we'll talk about it and its complete series coming up this week later. But, Brian, what time streaming again? When is it?
6 p.m. Eastern Time to 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Nice.
I won't interfere with the Monday show.
That's
I'm assuming you're doing today.
We are, but it's at noon, so you got a huge window. Brian, kiss our butts.
No, you
got him.
Oh, got him. You got him.
He got a Y and an O out, but that U stuck behind the wall. There you go. What do we have here? Oh, we got some news.
Yeah.
Let's do a little bit of that. Let's see here. It's time for the news, brought to you by
fellow Tadpooler Hailfront is now playing the now improved GTA 3 Definitive Edition. Check out his Twitch stream at twitch.tv/loudthumbs.
I like that name.
twitch.tv/loudthumbs.
Great name. Super good.
It is a great name.
Yeah. I love it. You did some Tired Thumbs thing before.
Tired Thumbs was our gaming show for a while. Our portable and console gaming and stuff.
I always liked that.
With Shoujo.
Yeah, with Shoujo. Oh, that's right.
And a guy named Charlie George.
Talking to her later today about her stuff. Finally, I had to keep changing our date, but I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if she's in her chat today.
TikTok creation. She is such an amazing creator.
Yeah, if you're on TikTok, or I guess she's doing reels and wherever you can get short form video, she's killing it right now. So even if you're not a WoW fan, stuff cracks me up. It's really good. All right, let's get to the story. We got a story right here. There it is. Okay. Ohio family. Ohio, round in the middle. No, round on the ends and high in the middle. Ohio. Oh, hey, you know more about that than I do. Is that their state song or something? What is that?
No, it's some song that somebody made up about them.
Oh, all right. Do you guys have a
round
state song?
Round on the ends and high in the middle.
Do you have a Colorado song? We talked about this? We might have.
Yeah, it's where a man can walk a mile high.
Oh.
Can't remember the first part of it, though. It's
I can't remember Utah's.
Colorado, Casa Bonita,
Rocky Mountain High at the end there.
Red Rocks.
Well, Ohio, a family there, built a 50,000-pound Stargate. Yeah, you're thinking of the right thing, the Stargate, with a dial home device to scan the cosmos. This is pretty awesome, and there's a photo. Let's see.
Look at that! Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, this should be your next 3D
massive.
Your next 3D printer project right here. Look at that thing. This is a beast. Why is that up there? There we go.
Jeez. Yeah.
It says here the only catch is the Stargate in Ashland County doesn't exactly work like the ones on television. We built it about 15 years ago, says landowner Phil Ventura. I just think of Jesse. That's all I can think of.
Right.
And him going, listen here. The concrete circle has become famous on social media, but Ventura stresses visitors are not welcome and the property is not open to the public. I don't need the aggravation, says Ventura. I'm very pleased that people have given recognition to it, but I really don't want the notoriety. Why build a Stargate then, dude? Like, if you're going to build a Stargate, you may as well get ready.
You just want to keep it to yourself?
Yeah, I don't get it. Anyway, the project started about 30 years ago in 94 when the movie came out with James Spader, Kurt Russell, all that. The movie's not great. I don't like the movie. I love the show.
No.
Don't love
TV
the
show
movie.
apparently was really good, but movie, not so
Love the show. One of these days, Brian's going to watch that show and he's going to agree. You're going to really like it.
Yes.
Like it's.
I think I did watch. I think I watched the first season because you all told me to, and I did, and I liked it, but I never went any further than that. I never went to any of the spin-offs or the
like Atlantis and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, SG1 and stuff like that.
Yeah, SG1's the main one. Atlantis is so there are two spin-offs. There's SG1 is the show.
Okay.
So the movie's just Stargate. Shows Stargate SG1, and then the spin-offs are Atlantis and Stargate. Oh, what was that? They tried to be all BSG with it.
SVU.
No, it was very Galactica style.
Better Call Stargate.
No,
the other one was.
Not Universe. Was it Universe, Travis?
I would trust TV's Travis.
He might be right. Yeah, the one that had Claudia Black. That was okay. It was Stargate Universe. I can't remember because it lasted like 5 minutes.
Stargate Miami. Stargate Beverly Hills.
I'd watch that. I'll tell you that.
Real Stargates of Salt Lake City. Awesome.
For me, the entirety of it really is SG1 through Atlantis, and Atlantis is great. They got some amazing stuff in Atlantis. I like that one a lot.
Cool.
Anyway, he did it 30 years ago, and he didn't. Now he's grumpy about it. So don't go to his house.
Nobody come and look at it. It's not open to the public.
No more. What is
Stop sending me things to sign. I will return. I will throw them in the bin. I'm warning you with peace and
peace
love.
and love. Peace and love. Stop sending things. Peace and love. All right, here's another one. This is a fun one. The quote is, "We did eat it," and I'll now give you context. A Chinese mother shares shocking photo of toddler urinating on family meal.
Oh, I saw this in Troll 2.
Oh my lord! Did that happen in Troll 2? I don't remember.
Yeah. The kid pees on the food so people wouldn't eat it. I don't remember what
that.
had been the food was poisoned or something, but they were about to eat it, and so the kid pees on all the food.
Oh my gosh! I blocked that out.
Apparently so.
It says here that try to imagine sitting down to a meal only to have your food suddenly soaked in urine. That's exactly what happened to a mother in China's Beijing who shared an unusual incident on social media, leaving users shocked. I tell you, shocked. You might wonder why there's so much fuss. After all, it's not uncommon for toddlers to have a little accident. But what really left people stunned was that her family continued eating the meal with urine in it.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
God.
Reported by the South China Morning Post, or the SMMP. You ever been there? Do their paper there? You didn't do that one?
No.
Yeah.
The only one outside of the U.S. for me was a couple in Canada, Toronto Star and Calgary something times. Calgary
Flaming Times. No?
Calgary Flaming Times. Yeah, something. But
Man, your Avalanche kicked our ass not long ago. We didn't talk about it on the show. You just wrecked us. It's not a great start.
Falcons yesterday too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe this is an Avalanche year. You know?
Maybe.
Maybe you guys are going all the way.
I'd like that. Yes.
I was really hoping the Utah Hockey Club might do a little more.
I mean, it's such an easy name to rally behind. You know, it's basically like the only merch you're gonna sell for the Utah Hockey Club are people who want it as a collector's item when an actual name gets settled on,
Yep.
because nobody's gonna wear Utah Hockey Club merch to the later games when they actually have an official name.
No, why would you spend $30 on a hat now? Why?
Yeah, exactly.
It's such a
Especially
dumb
Utah Hockey Club.
Utah, and it's all like a boring font. It's so dumb right now. Anyway, it'll all change. Everyone will be fine eventually. Anyway, they just ate this whole meal and it was soaked in kid pee, and they didn't know it at the time. So, good job, China. Good job.
I think that says a lot about her cooking too.
Yeah, right.
You know, well, it's no worse than without.
Yeah. It doesn't say why or how the kid was allowed to do this. It says at this age. Here it is. In her post, the mother mentioned that this child rarely wears disposable diapers at home. She believes they interfere with natural routines. Well, yeah. You do that, your kid's going to pee on stuff you don't want him to pee on.
Yeah.
It says, mom's snapshot skills are quite good, meaning... Oh, let's see.
I'm not looking at the photos. I don't need to see photos of... And
they don't have any pictures of this kid or anything.
oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
they don't do that.
Yeah, but still... So they ate this food, and then they decided to report it to the news.
Yeah, and then to go and put a thing on social media and tell everybody how great it, not how great it was, but that they did it.
Boy, that's again. I think that's where the question lies. Is all right. So you already ate the food that had pee on it, but then you decided to brag about it on social media.
Yeah, and honestly, we don't even. How do you even verify such a claim? Like.
Right.
This news is reporting it, but nobody went there and tested it and said, sure enough, there's kid pee in this.
I mean, I guess it's not something. It's something that's very easy to just take their word for it, because nobody's going to make up the claim that they ate urine-soaked food.
Now, what's crazy about it
for the lulz,
according to this, and this is crazy, Brian. I don't even know if I believe this, but I'm going to read it as written by this paper.
All right,
News
is this
18.
where it starts even getting more sus?
I don't know if this is more sus or if it adds credence. I'm not sure. But as per the report, in traditional Chinese culture, the urine of young boys is thought to have special powers. It is believed to boost energy, reduce fevers, and even protect against bad luck spirits. Urine from boys under 10 is considered particularly powerful, and the strongest is believed to be from the first morning before a boy's 1-month birthday. In southern China, there's even a dish called urine eggs. That's the translation. Based on this belief, to make it, urine is collected from young children, usually in school, and used to boil eggs. This dish is believed to help prevent tiredness in spring and protect against heat stroke in summer. Okay, there's a lot of weird beliefs in the world, all right? A lot of weird ones.
Yeah.
This is going to go right up my list in like the top 3 or 4. Like, that's effed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Tally is saying red on Aerolite. Doesn't count if it's something you said in chat, Tally.
Yeah, I'm not looking at chat.
She was talking about boy piss. Did she actually mention the boy piss eggs or something like that?
I don't know. I'm not reading it. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But don't eat eggs soaked in pee is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Sounds like they came up with this. Young boys being like, by the way, our piss gives you magical powers.
Yeah, some 11-year-old literally taking the piss, going, "Hey, it'd be great. We told all these old people that our piss is magic." Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, they believed it.
Dummies. All right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, Steven Schleicher will be here. He does not eat piss eggs, and that's good.
No,
he's welcome here. He's one of us.
It's been verified, by the way. We have actually had professionals go and do blood tests to confirm that Steven is not eating urine-soaked.
Oh yeah, we make all our guest hosts do this. They all go through it.
We do.
Yeah, it's part of the onboarding.
So true.
Anyway, we're gonna do that in a minute, but Brian's gonna play a song first.
Yeah, this one is came in through the request channels. Now, if you when you do your TMS requests, that's usually for like, oh, we're having an anniversary or I'm having a birthday and here's the song I want to hear. Mm-hmm. You can also use this for your Indie in the Middle requests, and obviously it still comes with the caveat of please get your subject, the band you're talking about, the musician, to approve it before you send me a request to play it. Which is exactly what Daryl Quentin did for this one. He just sent it via email, and that takes a lot longer for us to get it. So use the TMS request line over there at frogpants.com/TMS. Anyway, Daryl reached out to this band that he really likes called Diva Bleach.
Ooh.
Diva Bleach.
Damn.
And they have a brand new single called Torn in Two. Not only did I listen to the song, I watched the video and I liked it very, very much. This is Torn in Two by the band Diva Bleach.
I got some of that potted meat and soda crackers left over if you want some.
You gonna eat your cornbread?
And we've returned. Who was that one more time?
Sure. That's a band called Diva Bleach. Brand new single they've released called Torn in Two. Big thanks to Daryl Quentin for suggesting this.
Nice. Yeah, we like it when you guys know a band and tell us about them. It's great.
For sure. Go check him out. Daryl's actually in Ohio. We just talked about Ohio. Make sure to check out Diva Bleach. The video for this song is great, and they've got other music to look at as well. So go check out Diva Bleach.
I like the name. Is a weird one.
Yes, it is a cool.
Very unique. I don't think I've ever heard of a stranger combination. Actually.
Yep.
Diva. I can't make sense of it, I guess is what I'm saying, and that's good. You want that for your band name.
Yes.
Hey, guess what, y'all? This right here. Where is it? Right here.
And now, welcome Steven to the show. He's a huge freaking nerd.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Yes, indeed. It's Professor Steven Schleicher joining us as he does most every other Monday. And he's been kind of busy, though, lately. A lot of school stuff going on, pre-holiday business, all that. But, Steven, how you feeling after that whirlwind good time you had
Well,
there?
I'm definitely not going to tell people to stay hydrated today.
No. You need to stay.
Not on a show called The Morning Stream.
No,
geez.
Yeah, you need to.
Not after that, that deal.
Save it for your pea eggs or whatever.
That story.
Hey, Steven, it's good to have you back. Look, when you're not here, I always feel like I'm missing something. Like I'm not fully aware of what's happening in comics and pop culture and movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So having you back is, it's a real boon to the show. So thanks for being here.
Glad to be here.
Let's talk about DC Comics and how they just kicked off the Absolute universe with Absolute Batman 2. This is the one with that new crazy chest logo that's about the size of a man grate.
Yeah, so a little bit of spoiler alert. So Absolute Batman #1 came out in October. Yeah. So all the buzz about the logo has kind of died down because it turns out, so this is really weird. So it's an axe.
Yeah. It comes off, right? It comes off and you can use it.
It pulls off his chest and he can chop people with. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Right.
So here's the big premise, and I'll go into each of the three titles that they have right now. So the Absolute Universe is kind of the anti-DC universe. So in a sense, Absolute Universe is a new launching point for everybody's characters and heroes that you love, with the understanding that the Absolute Universe has been infected with dark side energy. And so the heroes are all underdogs. They are not these paragons of heroism. They are people who have to fight underground and do things. So Absolute Batman, he was not born rich. He does not have a butler. He, his dad was a teacher and died. He's obsessed with trigonometry. He's got engineering degrees and he works construction. And at night he fights bad guys. And it's pretty cool when you see how his cape folds out and does all these other things, how his chest logo comes off, becomes an axe. And it is a very different take because there is an Alfred in this series, but Alfred works for like a super secret spy organization that goes around the world and takes out bad guys. He's like a 007 character.
Sure.
And so he's come to Gotham and he's trying to take down this big guy, but he keeps running into Batman, who's also trying to take down this organization. And Alfred's like, I think I want to team up with him. And the secret organization is like, no, do not. He's only a troublemaker. And he's like, yeah, but he's doing my work for me. It's only going to make it easier. So those two have come face to face in the first issue and again in the second issue.
This is considered a separate universe, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, it's totally different universe. Think just like Marvel Comics and Ultimate Marvel, where you have total retellings of all of the characters that you know and the events and features. Same thing going on in the Absolute Universe.
Right.
I think, Scott, you would get a kick out of Absolute Batman because it is written by Scott Snyder, who did the Batman Court of Owls storyline, that big, huge volume there.
Big
And
Snyder fan. Love his stuff.
Yeah,
He's so good.
He also did Dark Knight's Metal. So he is also the one who's completely in charge of the Absolute Universe. So he's the overseer of all the different titles that are coming out.
Oh, I didn't know they gave him keys to the truck. That's
yeah,
cool.
for this one, yes. Oh, speaking of truck, last week, Absolute Batman #2 came out, and we got introduced to a Batmobile, which, in Scott Snyder fashion, is this giant construction dump truck. That is like one of those, the construction trucks that have tires that are like
the ones that are like,
yeah.
I was gonna say the ones that are just like disgustingly large. Like, how do they even work? I don't even
it is crazy and over the top, and I really appreciate what they're doing there.
Yeah.
There's also Absolute Wonder Woman. Now, that second issue, I don't know if that comes out this week or next week, but in Absolute Wonder Woman, the premise is Wonder Woman was not raised on Themyscira. She was raised on Hell Island with her arch nemesis. Now I forget what her name was, not Hera, but she was raised in a place where the world doesn't treat her right. And yet she still shows kindness and love and family with everything under her control. So instead of having Warrior as her primary attack mode, magic becomes her primary attack mode. So it's also very cool. It's got some great iconography and some imagery from Kelly Thompson and Hayden Sherman. And that one, like I said, I think the second issue is coming out this week or next week. So people can get on the ground floor on these books.
I want these. I'm going to do these day and date, I think.
You really should. These are not things that I would sit on.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I don't know why even. You know what it is I've been a little dry on comics for the last couple of months, and I'm in the mood. I need something new.
With so much going on at DC specifically, also Marvel too. I mean, Marvel's got its own event after event after event. This is kind of like, hey, I kind of want to just forget everything. I kind of want to just go into this absolute universe and kind of start off fresh with new characters and new designs and new ideas and see how it's going. And you don't have to follow the main continuity of the DCU. This is a total separate continuity. This is, according to Scott Snyder, who went out and clarified stuff into last week. He said that, no, these are not a miniseries. All of these things are ongoing until DC tells us to stop. So you can probably expect this to go on for a couple of years if it's successful.
I'm excited. I really like Snyder. I also, you know what else he's really good at? The stuff he does independently for Comixology. His
Comixology stuff is really, really good. Yeah. And I think, if you're a fan of Scott Snyder, do it. He's got I can't remember if it's a Substack or something else, where he goes in and talks about comic book creation, and he does weekly live streams where he talks about the art and craft of writing comics. So yeah. He's great. The third one, the third book so far released, is Absolute Superman by Jason Aaron and Rafa Sandoval. This one is probably as close to really understanding what Darkseid energy is. And if you think of Apocalypse, that's the Darkseid's home world, where it's just, like pits of fire and people working under slave conditions and all of these things. That's essentially the way that they portray Earth in this series, in that in Brazil, there are these people that are forced to work in the factories, forced to work in the mines, and there's this mysterious person who keeps showing up, doing all the work for them and trying to clean up the environment and do all these things. And then we get flashbacks to Krypton, which was not a good place, where a class system exists. And spoiler alert, Jor-El was not part of the science class. He was part of the not even the middle class. He was kind of the labor class of people. And so Superman really comes from this, in this story, a blue collar background, but he knows the difference between right and wrong, and the government is after him, and Lois Lane is part of the government that's trying to track him down. It's an interesting thing, and it's probably, of the three, the one that strikes most close to our current reality of the way the different class systems work.
Sure. So Darkseid, some people say seed, but that's where the origin. Yeah, but this is where
people are wrong and problematic.
Yeah, that's right. Kick them out of your life.
Yep.
But that's who we're talking about here. It's his bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So the whole thing hasn't been revealed. I guess there was an absolute kickoff event or an absolute issue that kind of talked about how Darkseid has sent his energy through time so that it's messing with the origins of the superheroes, and that's how we get this absolute universe. And it's interesting. I'll just say that it is an interesting project. It is darker. It's a little bit grittier than what you might see in your typical comic books, although, Marvel and DC both have their grim and gritty takes on stuff.
Yeah.
But again, if you're somebody that's just like, I don't want to get in on continuity is a big issue for people getting into comics. And it's like, I don't want to have to go back and read 1,000 issues of Superman to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you don't.
Yeah.
But if you're just looking for a great jumping on point, I think this absolute universe is probably the place where people want to start.
Yeah, it's some of the most fun you can have with comics. I love when Marvel does this sort of thing. I like when other, established long-running IPs do this. It's just a fun way to imagine it in a different way. I prefer it. I prefer this over when they try to do it in movies. Like I like when the movies or television tries to adhere to a more familiar line. But then again, even the MCU is all different than the universe. Why they call it the cinematic universe. It is separate from these other universes.
The comic universe.
Yeah, and people go see those. So I just think this is a fun way to tell stories, and comics have been doing this since time began. So
ever since really when we look at the multiple Earths, that really kicked off with the start of the Silver Age, with the introduction of the Flash of Two Worlds. That's where we got Earth 1 and Earth 2, and how the Golden Age Flash and the Silver Age Flash were very different. And from there, we just have spun off into all of these different, the multiverse is what DC Comics and a lot of other people are calling it as well. Marvel certainly has it in spades as well. You can't just flip a page before you've got, Ultimate Reed Richards, the Master, coming in and doing all sorts of stuff in the Ultimate Universe and screwing things up. You've got the zombie universes. You've got, ancient European, medieval European. Which one is that? 1406, I believe, is that one.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I like that one.
Or 1402, I think.
Great series.
Yeah, that's an interesting series. So you've got something for everybody once you dive into the multiverse. The problem that I have, and this has been my big, I think DC could really step up and do something with this. I think if they're going to tell stories in the multiverse, the real easy way that you could help readers differentiate, hey, is this taking place on Earth X? Is this taking place on Earth 3? Is just put a little thing on the cover of the logo that says this takes place on Earth 3, just a little Earth with a 3 in it. And that would tell people, ooh, this is where the Injustice League is at. I want to read that comic book.
And the people, the collectors who know about it will actively look for those issues, and the people who don't, it won't matter to them because they'll just get a good comic story, no matter what Earth it takes place on.
Yeah.
That'd be a
so
great
Talia
idea.
James.
Yeah.
Talia James in the chat says, do you think adherence to a greater continuity in DC and Marvel ultimately hurts them in readership? Maybe yes and maybe no, because somebody looks at a cover that, like Superman 1079 or whatever it's up to right now, and they're like, oh no, I can't get into that. Marvel, on the other hand, has its problem where it's like, well, we'll fix that. Every issue will be a number one. Or really what happens is they'll do 6 to 12 issues of one creator, then start with a new volume with number one, but it still kind of contains some of that previous continuity. Years ago, and I forget what her name was, she took over DC, and she basically said, oh, we're just going to do away with continuity. We're just going to tell good stories. And that worked to a point until people were like, yes, but where does Scott Snyder's Court of Owls fit in with all of this other stuff?
Yeah.
And then they started to bring back, okay, we have to have this all in some kind of a working continuity. But if people are worried about being lost, and this is probably the same way with you, Brian, when you started reading Marvel comics, because you're not old enough to have started at the very beginning. But
Thank you. No, I'm not. Yes.
See, you're a very young man. But you picked up a comic and you're like, I don't know what's going on in here, but I'll read it and it's kind of cool. And then you pick up the next issue and you're like, oh, okay, here are some things that are making sense. And within a year or so, you're like, oh, I'm totally into everything that's going on.
Yeah.
For sure. And there used to be like the splash page of every Marvel comic back in those days used to actually tell you a little bit in the very top about, the Avengers were formed by so-and-so to help battle blah, blah, blah. And the Fantastic Four trapped in a cosmic ray explosion. They woke up to have superpowers or blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of like, oh, yeah, I feel more feel safer picking up a comic knowing that I've always
Marvel-
got that previously on Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Marvel still does that. On the inside front cover, they'll
they?
say
They
previously
still have
in, and they will
Oh,
give
cool.
you a quick synopsis of either here's what happened in the last issue or in the general story arc that they're currently doing. And that's a great way to just get into it because you're like, oh, okay, I don't know what's going on, but here's a little bit of a blurb. And I really appreciate it. I wish more comic publishers would do that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. These days, I just find before I read one of the individual comics on Marvel Unlimited, if it's a series I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy, I actually go out and pick up a graphic novel of a story arc, and then that's like, okay, gets me right into where the characters are, and then I can kind of pick up from there with the individual issues.
Yeah.
Well, I am.
Can I?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can I show you really quickly, Stephen? One of the things I've picked up recently that I really like.
Here, Stephen, I'm going to send you
is
video.
it the Marvel United multiverse, which you've
It is,
had for
yeah.
3 months, and I'm still waiting for?
You still haven't gotten yours?
It's
Are you kidding me? Really?
It's a total mess.
Yeah.
Oh, that
It's
sucks.
a total mess.
Sounds
Yeah.
like.
Are you able to see? Are you able to see Discord right
Yeah.
now? Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Let me see in Discord.
I just sent you video, so you should be able to see it.
Okay. Yep, I see it.
I
I'm also
picked
watching
up,
on YouTube. So
Fantastic
nice.
Four Full Circle, the Marvel Arts book. This is look how thick this
that
Mama
is a
Jum
big
is.
book.
This is the plus it's giant size. This is the Alex Ross
Yeah.
story for Marvel or for Fantastic Four Full Circle. But then it's got all the original art that he did for it. Like I don't know how well the camera can pick this up. It's pretty
Open that
washed
up
out.
and look at it, because if it's what I'm thinking of, does it got like the pages? It's got all the pages with the original artwork, but
Yep,
not
all
inked
the
or whatever?
original, exactly, not inked.
Yeah.
And then you've got an interview with Alex Ross about doing it. You've got this is such a great this one. I love this sketch that he did of the FF.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Like-
his
Oh, yeah, look at
pencils,
that.
his pencils and his graphite stuff is so good, so good.
Absolutely
Yeah.
amazing stuff. And this is that colorized, and then
And so it's
logo
got
trees.
all of the pages from the series. from the
all of the pages, both
nice.
penciled
Colored.
and then colored, but not inked.
And is it lettered?
No,
Oh, man,
So
get that.
yeah, that's a really cool. I find those books fascinating.
I do too.
To me, just nonstop. So if people are into those kinds of things, IDW Publishing used to do a whole line of stuff called Artists Editions. And these are exactly like what you have right there, Brian, where they would take an entire run of like the Rocketeer or the Spirit or some X-Men run from Chris Claremont. And it would just be the black and white. These are the pages that were turned in that were then, scanned, colored, and printed. But you're seeing, like, you can even see, like, if a word balloon had to be changed or if there's whiteout on the pages, you can see all that stuff. And they print it in the size of the original artboard that they do it in. These things, they don't do them as much anymore, but they're expensive if you try to find them, anywhere from $90 to $300 for these, but they're wonderful. And so if that has you scratching to get more of those, Brian, I would definitely check out. Probably the Dave Stevens Rocketeer one is really good. And then I believe there's a Paul Smith Uncanny X-Men run that is collected in that as well.
Did you say Paul Smith? Paul Smith? Oh, really? Because I loved his art. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's great.
Cool. Yeah, look for that. That's great. Yeah, I'm all over it.
More recommendations than you people at home know what to do with.
Right.
All right. So listen to all these nerds talk about cool nerd shit and go live your nerd life. Live your best nerd life and read some comics.
That's what I say.
That's what I
Before
say.
it all
Indeed.
comes crashing down.
Indeed. Stephen, it's always good talking to you. Anything going on at Major Spoilers you would like to tell us about?
Oh, it is almost Thanksgiving, so we're about into the end of the year where we take a lot of breaks and stuff, but there's still a lot of good stuff. Comic book reviews, news, of course, all of the podcasts that we do. If you're looking for side dishes to take to your holiday party, we've got the Top 5 podcast where we share our top 5 dishes to take to holiday parties, so people can go and check that out.
Nice. Yeah, please do. It is Stephen Schleicher, a.k.a. Lord of All He Surveys. Is there any advice you'd like to give us, or are we not drinking today?
Yes, drink water.
Oh, hey, that has this knock-on effect of hydrating oneself. I like that.
Yes.
That's great.
Specifically water. So
Okay.
have a good day, everyone.
See ya.
If those steamed bao buns smell funny, don't eat them.
No, don't eat the pea buns.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about like bread stuff and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They even talked about that some of the food was like steamed buns. It's like, no.
The answer is no. There's no other answer but no.
You can always make more.
Yeah. Always make more. Never eat that. All right, that's it for today's show. Quick note here, a couple things. The Monday show will be today at noon. That's our new time, so noon, me and Carter, check us out. I will give her crap for the Ebeline thing then, so listen for that.
There you go. Good. Guilt her into watching it with you today.
We also got a quick note from an anonymous listener. Sent us a text about the TSA thing. Says, get your TSA pre-check scheduled at Staples rather than the airport. It is so convenient. I didn't know Staples did it.
I didn't either. I had no idea. That's great.
Go in there for some
far
pens.
better than doing it at the airport.
Yeah, I need some new ballpoints. I need some lined
a ream
paper.
Of paper.
Yeah.
I need a ream of paper.
And also, can I get my 5-year TSA pre-check-in? Thank you very much.
Yeah. That's great.
Wizard of Oz follow-up from an anonymous listener. Hey, Ridley and De Palma. That's Scott and Brian of TMS fame. In regards to the Wizard of Oz, it's not a dream in the books. The farm is destroyed and Dorothy returns to it rebuilt. The dream aspect, the ruby slippers, and the green color of the Wicked Witch are also not part of Baum's book. I said Brom. In the books, the shoes are silver, and the Wicked Witch is more likely has brown skin. When she dies, Baum describes her as melting away like brown sugar.
Wow, crazy.
That book is a lot different than I thought. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Silver slippers. Probably not going to read it, I think, because I just don't know if I'll ever read a book like that, but it's good to know. Good to know.
Oh, there's so many. There's like 18 or 20 books or something that that Baum wrote for the Oz series. There's Ozma of Oz and the Walking Timepiece of Oz or something like that.
Did they prequel that business as well, or you know what I mean? Like his books deal with
The Wizard is the first book.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
I'm sure. I mean, Wicked is the prequel.
Sure.
If you're looking for a prequel, then
that's
the popular one.
Yeah, people like that prequel. All right, that's it. We're done with the show. We're out of here. Brian, let's play a song of your choosing, whatever you like.
Okay. Let's do this one right. Which one did I choose? I can't even remember which one I chose. Oh, let's see. This is one I chose right here. Okay, because I accidentally colored two of these the same color to highlight them. Oh, that's because the other one was the indie in the middle. There we go.
Sure.
Tom wrote in, said, hello, Shelter and Bunker. My amazing wife and author, Beth Hope, is turning 2 on her birthday, the 24th, and is about to publish her second book this year, The Future is Bright. So she turned 2 so play the appropriate...
24? No.
Nope. Score is 20.
Oh, score is 4 and 20 years ago. Well, why do they say 4 and 20 years ago, though?
Because he doesn't. He says 4 and 7 years ago.
You know what I should read? That speech by Abraham Lincoln. Let's see. So that would make her 22 score. So she's 40. So we're giving her. I think we give her this. Where is it? I can't find it.
Happy birthday.
40's the cutoff. Sorry, 2 score is the cutoff.
Right, there you go. 2 score. You got to be under 2 score to get the Let's Party. Yep. Her brand new book is called, her second book is called The Future is Bright. It's loosely based on the Fallout series and is a bit more genre-based than her first book, which is called Healing Notes, which Amy recommended a few weeks ago. Like Scott, she hates promoting herself, so trying to hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Very good.
Oh, nice. There's nothing wrong with promoting your wife's awesome work, by the way. That's great. Freaking support
Nothing
it.
at all wrong with that. Please do it. So the book is called The Future is Bright. Let's go with something that feels appropriate to that. Jonathan Colton, of course, released the song The Future Soon. But I Fight Dragons, in their secret exclusives in 2009, released their cover of the song. We've played it here on the show before. We're going to play it again. Here is I Fight Dragons with The Future Soon.
Here we go.
Oh, looks like someone just got their ears caught in the audio cookie jar. It's okay. You can have another and another after that at frogpants.com.
Denied! Casey Smith, you're on.
Denied! I love that line. Well done, everybody. We